Friends, welcome to my channel. Dhanesh here. Cluster analysis or clustering is the task of grouping a set of objects in such a way that objects in the same group are more similar to each other than to those in other groups. In data mining and statistics, hierarchical clustering is a method of cluster analysis which seeks to build a hierarchy of clusters. Partitional clustering and partitional clustering are clustering methods used to classify observations within a data set into multiple groups based on their similarity. K-means clustering is an example. Hierarchical clustering is a type of unsupervised machine learning algorithm used to cluster unlabeled data points. In the last video, we said that once one large cluster is formed by the combination of small clusters, dendrograms of the cluster are used to actually split the cluster into multiple clusters of related data points. Let's see how it's actually done. Suppose we have a collection of data points represented by a NumPy array as follows. Let's plot the above data points. For that, I will do the script. To do so, we need to execute the script above draws the data points in the X NumPy array and label data points from 1 to 10. In the image below, you will see that the plot that is generated from the code. Let's name the above plot as graph 1. It can be seen from the naked eye that the data points from the two clusters, first the bottom left consisting of points 1 to 5, while the second at the top right consisting of points 6 to 10. However, in real world, we may have thousands of data points in many more than two dimensions. In that case, it would not be possible to spot it would not be possible to spot clusters with the naked eye. This is why clustering algorithms have been developed. Coming back to use of dendrograms in hierarchical clustering, let's draw the dendrograms for our data points. We will use the CP library for that purpose. Uh, Let me execute the. So the output graph looks like this. Let's name this plot graph 2. See, the algorithm starts by finding the 2 points that are closest to each other on the basis of Euclidean distance. If we look at graph 1, we can see that points 2 and 3 are closest to each other, while points 7 and 8 are close to each other. Therefore, a cluster will be formed between these 2 points. First, in graph 2, you can see that the dendrograms have been created joining points 2 with 3 and 8 with 7. The vertical height of the dendrogram shows the Euclidean distance between points. From graph 2, it can be seen that Euclidean distance between points 8 and 7 is greater than the distance between points 2 and 3. The next step is to join the cluster formed by joining 2 points to the next nearest cluster or point, which in turn results in another cluster. If you look at graph 1.4 is closest to cluster of points 2 and 3. Therefore, in graph 2, dendrogram is generated by joining point 4 with dendrogram of point 2 and 3. This process continues until all the points are joined together to form one big cluster. Once one big cluster is formed, the largest vertical distance without any horizontal line passing through it is selected and a horizontal line is drawn through it. The number of vertical lines this newly created horizontal line passes is equal to the number of clusters. You can see it in the plot here. Take a look at the next plot. We can see that the largest vertical distance without any horizontal line passing through it is represented by the blue line. So we draw a new horizontal red line that passes through the blue line. Since it crosses the blue line at 2 points, therefore the number of clusters will be 2. Basically, the horizontal line is a threshold which defines the minimum distance required to be a separate cluster. If we draw a line further down, the threshold required to be a new cluster will be decreased and more clusters will be formed as seen in the next image. See, in this plot, the horizontal line passes through 4 vertical lines, resulting in 4 clusters. Cluster of points 6, 7, 8, and 10. Cluster of points 3, 2, 4, and points 9 and 5 will be treated as single point clusters. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot.